Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a video featuring my first time using Juvia'S Place. I have never picked up anything from the brand, and I picked up an eyeshadow palette and a highlighter. Now, not that the brand didn't appeal to me, it's just that there wasn't an eyeshadow palette that had a color scheme that I really wanted to try. And then they released the Tribe eyeshadow palette. And this one does have colors that really speak to me because they're neon and they're very metallic. Now, that's not to say that the prior eyeshadows aren't metallic, but this one just has a color scheme that I really was intrigued by. That, and then I have heard nothing but amazing things about this highlighter. You know I love a very bold highlight, a very intense highlight, and everybody has been saying that this gives you that effect. So let's go ahead and try this out together so that you can see me testing out Juvia'S Place for the very first time. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so that brings us to the end of the not get ready with me, and it wasn't really a tutorial, but using these products for the very first time. So as you could tell, several different times during that segment, I was very, very impressed by quite a few things. First off, the pigmentation in these shadows is really, really great, especially the metallics. They were very, very rich, easy to blend, easy to work with, and I did not have to really build up to get the type of metallic intensity that I wanted. Now, that being said, I did use my Fenty Pro Filter eye primer. I think any eye primer would do, you know, even the Urban Decay Primer Potion. One that's a little bit tackier, because I have found that in using an eye primer like this, and not spreading it out on my lid, but like you saw, just applying it with the wand and just kind of leaving the product there without disturbing it. Once I use a metallic shade over top of that, it brings it out to its best intensity. And I have found that not only with this palette, but others that I have been using that technique lately, and I really have been loving it. So the metallics were just very rich, and I'm pretty sure you can see that. Very rich, very blendable, very buildable, and they are very soft and buttery. Now, as far as the matte shades, I found them to perform very well. They're very easy to work with. Now, because they are neon shades, you always want to use a base that is either like a very light shade concealer, or I highly, highly suggest using the Milk Crayon by NYX. This is actually what works best for me when using neon eyeshadow shades, because it's such a stark white canvas that it just really helps those neon shades pop. Because if not, they tend to look very dingy and very dull. And if I don't use one of these two, then I don't get the best intensity or the best color payoff that I want out of that neon shade. That being said, that chartreuse color that I went in with, that I put the concealer for, just doing that kind of little line in that little inner corner portion, I did have to build it up quite a few times, but once I did, I got the desired intensity. So that was kind of nice. It's just it took a little bit extra time to build up. Same thing with this green one. Once I started putting it on my lower lash line, I went in 2 or 3 times. Not a big deal, because I got what I wanted, but just know that I did have to build it up a couple of times. Now, this palette, just for reference, has no mirror. I'm sure most of you know that already. And the only thing that freaked me out a little bit was that this has kind of a smell. And you know the kind of smell like when you go on like an old submarine, or I don't know, something weird like that. It kind of smells old and musky. So I don't know if it's just the formulation of the shadows or what, but it does have a funny smell. Besides that, I loved this palette, and I hope they come out with more palettes with color schemes that I'm really intrigued by, because I would definitely pick them up. It was even such a great deal, because I can't remember how much it was. I know I paid exactly $31 with tax and shipping for both of these, because they had a 20% off and then an additional 10%, and it was by far worth it for this palette. I'm really glad I tried that out. The highlight was, I'm sure you could tell by the look on my face, was so incredible. It's very, very bold, very strong, the kind of highlight I like. So if you like a very subtle highlight, you would need to go in with a very light hand with this, because a little bit goes a long way and builds up very, very quickly. I can already tell I'm going to get a whole lot of use out of this. So these two were definite wins for me. $31, and I picked up an eyeshadow palette and a highlighter that I am really going to enjoy. So I am very happy that I tried Juvia'S Place for the first time. I'm very happy also that you can find it at Ulta. Now, this particular palette and this highlight have not yet released at Ulta. I don't know if they're going to. I waited this long because I was waiting for it to come to the store or to the website, and it never did. So I just went ahead and placed my order directly from the Juvia'S Place website, and it was such a pleasant surprise because I didn't know what to expect. I know people love it, people don't like it so much, and so for me it was really great based on the intensity that I like in metallic shadows, in intense highlight. And for the price, it really can't be beat. Alright guys, well thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed and found it helpful. Please consider subscribing if you are new and would like to be notified of any future videos that I do post. I hope you'll give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful and enjoyable, and I will see you in the very next video. Take care. Bye.